Now, there's a few kids in the Children's Hospital. In fact, so many that it amounts to 10,000 children who's in the Red Cross Children's Hospital each year. But what are we doing about the situation that happens before they end up in the hospital? Take a look at this. It's called Child Safe. Thousands of children visit the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital every year. And surely there must be a plan to prevent this. Well, Woolworths and Child Safe have come up with an educational centre to do exactly that.
Woolworths partnered with Child Safe South Africa to address the prevention of accidents and injuries.
Sam, this space is amazing. And just sitting here in this living room makes me realise how many safety dreams we can make a reality. But let's visit the Woolworths Trust. What is the Woolworths Trust all about?
Alana, the Woolworths Trust was established in 2003. I think the key objectives of the trust has always been to help with food security. So we do a lot of work through Food and Trees for Africa. So that has always been the key focus of the trust. An additional one has always been educating of teachers and programs that support that. And lastly, we've always been clear that we had a priority on reducing children or child vulnerability.
The new Woolworths Child Safe Research and Educational Centre is Africa's first centre dedicated to child safety and injury prevention. It was built in proud association with the Children's Hospital Trust.
As a mum, safety needs to be in my house and environment too. What are you hoping to achieve?
We are funding projects outside the hospital which have a direct impact on the workings of the hospital. So something like Child Safe, their prevention and education and training programs will have a direct influence on the amount of children we see in our trauma unit.
Founded in 1978, the Child Safety Centre was established by Professor Sid Sivers, who recognised that the majority of operations at the Red Cross Children's Hospital were from injuries that are easily preventable.
Professor, this room looks fantastic. Tell me about how Child Safe started.
We do a lot of research, so that takes place here in the house, in which we collect data and we see what type of injuries children get and how they got it and how they got injured and what you can do to prevent it. But the main thrust of it is teaching courses, educational courses, not only to parents, but also people who run creches, people who are teachers at schools. So we get them here to teach these people how to make sure that their creche is safe, how to make sure that their children are safe.
The kitchen is the heart of the home, but can be a dangerous place for children. So Pumla Mtambeka shares simple guidelines and precautions.
So this is a typical example of how caregivers can make their home safer, but looking at the different aspects within a kitchen that they need to change to make the environment much more safer for the younger ones.
Is there anything in the kitchen that you can demonstrate?
Most caregivers use a table and they put a tablecloth, and on top of the tablecloth they will have something like stoves, they will have candles at the edge of the table, or maybe hot tea. What normally happens, you see a child grabbing the tablecloth and everything that is on top of the table falling on the child. And typically, if you look down there, you see a child crawling down a paraffin appliance. We're always saying that all paraffin bottles should not be placed in the easy access of the children.
I see that there's graphics of knives and other sharp objects on the counter.
In most homes, you'll find that most knives are put in easy reach of kids. So we're always saying that knives must not be put in here where kids can easily reach. They should always be in a locked cabinet where kids won't be able to access them. And also you'll see that other bottles like your bleach, your jig, are stored here. They're not supposed to be seated here. They should be put on top where kids would not easily reach them.
Children's Hospital Trust is really trying to, through our expanded strategy, protect children and keep them healthy, free from injury and illness, and keep them back home where they belong.
This significant collaboration, designed in response to the needs of communities, will help protect South Africa's precious children.